Hey, everybody, welcome to Lady Overlander Radio. Tonight, our guest is Tom Brawley of Adventure Trail Outfitters. Stay tuned. Grab your favorite drink, whether it's a coffee, cocktail, or tea, and get ready. It's Ladies' Night on Lady Overlander Radio. Lady Overlander Radio is brought to you by Artemis Overland Hardware, Midland Radio, Timbo Tusk, U.S. Action Tracks, The More Expo, and Adventure Trail RV, creator of the Overland Shower. Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl, hey.
How was
I'm
Florida?
back. Guess who's back? Back
again.
That's
How
good.
was Florida?
It's good. Weather was good. Didn't rain till our last day. The ocean beat me up, but I'm already beat up, so whatever.
So your knee's even worse now, is what you're telling me.
Yes. It's
exciting.
Awesome. No therapeutic side effects from the water, huh?
Shout out to you physical therapists, but I don't like y'all.
Oh.
Throw that out there right now.
I think she might have gotten some mental therapy, but no physical therapy from the water. I think
it was not fun.
Made it a little worse.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
we're going to get her back on 2 legs.
Naturally klutzy anyways, so there you go.
Yeah. So Arla just got back from Florida, and I just got back to Florida. So we kind of went like this.
I think we were in Florida 1 or 2 days or something, maybe at the same time.
The same time, yeah.
Separate sides of Florida, but yeah, it was good.
Yeah. And it's been raining since I got back, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Lots of rain.
Yep. We got out just in time.
That's not why we're here tonight.
Mm-mm.
We are here tonight to talk to Tom and to have him tell us about the Overland Shower system, which is right behind Arla. She's pointing to it right now.
Yes.
And it's a pretty awesome system. And we actually used it at the Lady Overlander Radio. Wow. Camping retreat about a month ago. It's been almost a month now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Tom, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to be with you guys. I'm happy to get this opportunity to get to know your audience a little better, get to know the people who are out there that I want to market this product to, that I think can really help enhance their experience while they're out there.
Awesome. Welcome, Gen Xers Overland.
Yes.
Thanks for watching, and welcome to everybody else who's watching. I see we have quite a few viewers already. So, Tom, why don't you go ahead and give a little history on yourself and your background, and then how you kind of transitioned that into this product.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be happy to do that. About 14 years ago, I actually filed for a patented design in full-size RV toy haulers. It was a concept that I'd come up with about 5 years earlier. I just stuck it in a desk drawer, walked away from it, and then an opportunity provided itself to me that allowed me to actually pursue prototyping the design if I wanted to do it. So I got the drawings out, dusted them off, presented them to the company that I wanted to prototype with, bought the components from Indiana, and we developed the first 2 prototypes of what was called the VRV. The acronym there is for Versatile RV. The concept behind this unique design and that I was working towards was something that would allow a full-size toy hauler to be scaled down. It would be smaller in size because some of the space would be utilized for 2 different functions. The garage space was actually going to be the same space that would be occupied for sleeping. But because of the design and the way that the beds actually folded out from the unit instead of folding in, which are most bed applications in toy haulers, it allowed you to actually travel over the road on long distance trips, not having to unload your side-by-sides, not having to unload your motorcycles or even your Jeep. We built some large enough that people were transporting their Jeeps inside that, but you could drop your bunk from the outside, crawl in past your strapped down vehicles, your secured vehicles, and grab a night's rest on a queen size bed. and you could get it outfitted with 2 queen size beds that you could utilize even while the garage was occupied. So
Wow.
that was the first thing that we did. And I had Indiana, partnered with a company in Indiana called Live and Light RV, because I wanted to build these units out of all welded aluminum. Everything that I've ever set out to do was to do something different than what the RV industry was guilty of doing. Um, uh, what I thought was really subpar construction. If you stop to consider that every RV is subjected to hurricane force winds and a 7-point plus earthquake, for every minute it goes down the interstate or down a road, you really need something that's made differently than just um, what is traditional residential construction, stick and wood, held together with fasteners and things like that. So welding a frame together made these things virtually indestructible. As a matter of fact, we actually had one of them get rolled in Iowa by a tornado, and it was uprighted and pulled away.
Wow.
So that's my background. I went from that, though. I found interest in off-road teardrops and then moved into designing those, and eventually made a decision to step away from the large toy haulers. I wanted to put all of my efforts and all of my time into teardrop design for the off-road market, and doing that was fascinating. I mean, and that's where I come to find out a little more about people who were into overlanding, who weren't using towables at all. And so as I got more and more interested in that, and I was checking to see who in that market would be willing to trade into something that was towable if it could go anywhere that their four-wheel drive vehicle was capable of going, that I discovered really a void in the equipment and things that people were using for overlanding that had to do with water. There were no what I would consider adequate water systems that had been created and were being sold that would produce hot water, cold water on a reliable basis. Rugged construction, something that would last, be able to go out there and hit the trail with you, and just would provide you with whatever kind of water you needed while you were out there in the great outback.
Very
So out
nice.
of that, and out of that research that I was doing into that market, I came up with the Overland Shower.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Kara says, "Hey, Tom."
Hey, Kara.
Hey.
We got a video of you taking a shower. We're gonna show tonight, girl.
World premiere right here.
Hope you're
Kara
ready.
Ellen in the shower. Mhm.
So
Yeah.
before we get into that video of Kara, so you said that you realized that there was a need for the Overland Shower. You kind of saw that there weren't too many products out there
Mhm.
that can do this and provide the hot water and provide really good pressure. And I know, like, we RV'd full time before we started overlanding, and one of my biggest complaints about every RV we ever had was the water pressure in the showers. They were
Mhm.
terrible.
Yeah.
So I was really excited that, you were able to make something at such a small scale and provide that pressure. That's pretty cool.
Well, the reason why that is that most RVs, between where their bathrooms are set up and the showers are set up, where the water tank and water pump is set up, there may be anywhere from 20 to 25 feet in that span. And
Yeah.
so the water pump is picking that water up from the tank and then moving it 25 feet to the shower. And as it does so, the pressure is decreased. In the Overland Shower, inside that case, right over Arla's shoulder there, the 12-volt RV style water pump is right there in that case. It literally sets 12 inches from its input into the water heater, and out of the water heater, it goes direct to the shower wand. So you can control the pressure there. You can get all the pressure that you need. There's no drop in water temperature coming right out of the water heater because the water has to travel a distance either. It's instantaneous. The pressure's strong. And but you can adjust the flow. You can get all the pressure that you really need, up to 2 gallons per minute, which is really more than what most RVs provide. And you can take it down to as much as a half gallon per minute if you really want to need to increase the water temperature. The water temperature can be increased up to 96 degrees over its starting temperature at a half gallon per minute. running it at 2 gallons per minute for max flow, your water temperature increases about 25 to 28 degrees.
Yeah, I know. I tried it with the hot water and it's pretty toasty. It can get hot.
Yeah. And I mean, and you're right. In the situation that you were at the retreat, that might not have been the most comfortable thing to do for a shower when the outside temperatures were what they were. You may want to cool it down. You may want the relief of the cool water. That's a simple deal. You just flip a switch, and the heating element doesn't work, and the water just passes through the system the same as it is if it's working. But, you know, if you're cleaning up dishes or whatever after a camp, you need some warm water to help kind of cut through the food and the oils and the things like that on your kitchen and your pots and your pans. Having the hot water is a good thing to have.
Awesome. Yeah, I know we did not use the hot water at all at camp because it was so sweltering. But it was awesome because everybody was enjoying a nice cool shower. We all took a shower, like not all of us, but quite a few of us took a shower right before we went to bed. And it just made it made the whole evening so much cooler, just being cooled down and cleaned up.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Well, you know, I've heard a lot from people who have said that, you know, a lot of guys, they can go 2 or 3 days if out there, you know, in the outback and not really worry about grabbing a shower. I personally am not one of those guys. I'm sorry. I want to sleep well. I'm active during the day when I'm out there and I'm remote. I'm doing stuff. And so at the end of the day, not only have I collected a lot of sweat and a lot of dirt on me, I don't really want to carry that into my sleeping bag. And I'm not going to sleep as well if I do. So
yeah.
the idea of creating, I mean, I'm a user. This isn't just something that I fabricated in order to sell it to people. I mean, this is something that I use on a regular basis. And so when I'm out there at the end of the day, to be able to get all of that trail dust off of me, to get the sweat off of me, even the smoke from sitting around a campfire, be able to crawl in my sleeping bag and be comfortable so that I can get the best night's rest that I can and approach the next day restored and ready to go and do it again. It was very important to me. And that's the reason why I created this.
Oh, yeah.
Connie liked it as well. She said it felt amazing to be clean after we kayaked all day on Friday. We were pretty hot. And then Tony says to let everybody know that we'll have ours at Rendezvous at the Ozarks. They can come by and take a look at it.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'll have mine there too.
We'll be at Rendezvous of the Ozarks ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Showing the units.
Well, Tony.
At the end of the day, like I was saying, whether you're getting trail dust off of you or you're getting, bug spray, sunscreen, whatever it is you got to put on you to survive the day. At the end of the day, you don't need that when you're ready to go to bed. So, you know, just our little catchphrase that we use now is get out, get dirty, and get clean with the Overland Shower.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're going to take a little break here. I'm going to show the video we made of Kara using the Overland Shower at the camping retreat. Stay tuned here. Kara's trying out the Overland Shower today.
Heck yeah. Gotta shampoo my hair now.
Right.
Make sure I'm not getting anything in here, but
So we're just using the water canister and the Jackery and the small propane tank. We're gonna get a nice hot shower for some crazy hair.
not fair.
All right, girl. How was that shower?
Oh, it was incredible. It
So
felt
good.
so refreshing. I did not want hot water, but I'm sure that would be amazing. The pressure was really, really good.
Yeah, even just in a water
Oh, yeah.
canister, huh?
Oh, heck yeah.
That's awesome.
Now, I may need like 5 of those for like one of my showers, but
Yeah, if you have a bigger tank or hook up to a
Oh,
regular
heck yeah.
water source like the river or something, you could totally
oh yeah,
take a long hot shower.
that was incredible. It felt so good.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Yes.
Well, I'll go for that.
Yeah.
All these.
All these.
It was funny. We had a few women that were like, I don't want to be on camera taking a shower. I'm not down with that. And I was like, we're not going to show anything, you know, just it's going to be okay. But we had a few good sports that Arla did it, Connie, me, Kara, somebody else. Who else took a shower?
Gosh, I'm trying to remember. Christina
Christina did. Yeah. So
Somebody
we had
else.
quite a few people try it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it pretty unanimous across the board that everybody enjoyed it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Especially after the swampy day we had. I mean,
Oh.
it was like a godsend, really. It was so nice. And most of us took it in the evening right before we were climbing up into the tent. So,
Mhm.
it was amazing. We
Well,
had go ahead.
no, I was just going to say, um, the idea behind it is basically we call it the Overland Shower and water system now. So the idea is to expand upon the use of this thing. As long as you have gear that's out there, whether you're having to work on something mechanically or you're out there mountain biking and you're slogging through mud and whatever, you're hiking, being able to wash off your gear, you can use this thing any way that you want to. Whatever your water supply is and how much water you have available to you, you can utilize this any way that you want. But I'll tell you a little more about it in a minute about the construction of it so that you understand how rugged it is designed, and then also how easy it is to set up and how easy it is to use, that it's just basically a plug and play system.
Awesome. Yeah, I actually ended up mounting mine on my the back of my vehicle, and I also have on the opposite side of it. I have a fold down table. Yeah, you can definitely shampoo your animals. That's right. And your kids. So, but
Yes.
I've made it to where I can put a little dish pan there, and I can do my dishes right there at the back of my vehicle, right in my kitchen area. I take the kids to the beach quite a bit. We can rinse off, if there's not a shower at the beach location we're at, we can rinse off before they get their sandy feet in my car. I mean, there's so many different uses, washing pets, washing kids, washing bikes. I mean, I think it's awesome just to have that water pressure and that water availability like that.
Misty, do you have a picture of your shower system on the back of your Forerunner?
I did not upload that, but you can go to, I think on Lady Overlander Radio and on my Barefoot Overlander Instagram, I have photos of that on my rig. So I didn't upload that tonight, but
Okay. Tony wants to know if the magnetic mount is working good for you.
yeah, we did a little add on. Tony's like he's very,
Engineering.
what's the word? Yeah, engineering and crafty. And so we came up some different ideas and stuff. And I got a little magnetic holder to put my shower handle on to do dishes and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah, and based on that, and what Tony was sharing with me and you, we are actually we're developing one of those ourselves right now to sell as an accessory to this
Yep.
shower. We also sell, you were showing in that video that y'all were working out of a 7-gallon jerry can of water. We also have a 21-gallon water tank, rotocast water tank that's housed inside of a steel case that we sell as an accessory to the shower for those who don't already have a water storage system. This putting it inside the steel case just means that you set it into place, you never move it again, you pressure fill it, you never have to handle it or handle the water in any way. You pressure fill the tank and you just quick connect to it, and you have 21 gallons of water available to you to run through the system.
Yeah, I think that would be a great application for a truck bed or a trailer or something like that. In my case, it would take up a lot of my car. So
Yeah, exactly.
I just carry my little jerry cans but I tell you what, just using that jerry can, we still had great water pressure. I mean, we went through the water, but we were doing, so, I'm prior Coast Guard, what we call sea showers, where you turn on the water, get wet, turn it off, lather up, wash everything you need to wash, and then rinse off real quick, so that's what we were for the most part doing at the camping retreat, and it still worked out great.
I think most people are going to utilize it that way because, water, you carrying 40, 50, 60 gallons of water is a ridiculous.
Heavy.
It's heavy. It's going to take up space. It's bulky. And that's just a ridiculous amount of water to try to transport out there for a 2 or 3 day weekend. But utilizing it that way where you just wet down, you soap up, then you rinse off. That's the way it was actually designed to be used.
Very, very cool. So, go ahead.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
The one thing you were talking about with Kara and the ladies at the retreat showering up, if you have a shower enclosure, of course, but a lot of people don't necessarily have those. A swimsuit works.
Hmm.
Basically, I've seen had a lot of people just utilize swimsuits when they're out there showering up. At the end of the day, they just get into swimsuit, get under the deal. Or if you're out there all alone in the vast outdoors where nobody's around, I guess you could
Just get
do
naked.
without that as well. Exactly.
Oh, Arla, don't be such a prude.
Don't be bashful.
I can tell you, Arla is my Pris friend. She has to get a shower. Like, she can't do that swamp ape jungle swampy camping stuff. She does not like that.
I needed
It ruins her whole mood when she's dirty.
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Not a morning person, need a shower, kind of a
Hmm.
thing. Yeah. Just what it is.
She's a high maintenance camper, but I love her.
Whatever.
Well, we all know we can do whatever we have to do for a short period of time,
That's
but
right.
that doesn't. If something like this is available to you, the idea is that you don't have to push the limits there. Go ahead and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Tony says the
Absolutely.
professor uses his Speedo for that. I do
Ugh.
not know that. Good.
Joey.
Oh wait, that may be one of these.
Tony
Yeah.
says be in your birthday suit.
Yeah. Just
Good
be in your birthday suit. Don't even
in your
bother with the
birthday
Speedo.
Well,
Lord.
Matt McClellan said that that's the way he prefers to use the shower.
Yeah.
Hey, Lee.
Hey, Lee. That's
Yes. Yeah, I need to pick me up in the morning. So
funny. So what do you think sets the Overland Shower apart from these other there's some other shower systems out there that I've
Correct.
seen. They're cropping up everywhere now, but what do you think really sets it apart from some of those other systems?
Well, I mean, probably the main competition that we have is the Julka system
Mhm.
from the company in Australia. However, I think what sets us apart from them is that Julka comes as a package of long hoses, separate water pump, separate heater. You got to set it up on a stand. It's not protected from the weather. It's not protected from the elements. It doesn't come in a carry case necessarily. It's not a suitcase style carry case contained system. It's something that you really have to take the time to put together. The Overland Shower it's all right there in that steel box. Everything's
Yeah.
there. It's simply a plug and play. You just plug in your 12 volt power source. You quick connect your water to your water source, and you just connect to your LP bottle and fire it up. It's ready to go. It's a simple setup. It's also encased in steel. There's nothing that you have to assemble. There's nothing that you have to put together once you're out there. It will stand up to, bouncing around in the back of a vehicle, whether you're putting it inside your vehicle or inside of a gear trailer or whatever. It's housed and it is all mounted and it's ready to go. It's going to stand up to use. And I think that's what separates us. There's other smaller systems out there where they actually they have their own little water tanks, but sometimes those water tanks are as small as like 11 liters or 6 or 7 liters, and you're having to refill them. There's other water systems that are battery powered. They're probably a little more portable than we are, just based on their size and weight, but they're battery powered. A lot of them don't even heat water. They just have a water delivery system, and it does not have the pressure that the Overland Shower has. So I think we've taken basically what the competition is doing out there, and we've just amped it up, and
Mhm.
we've put it into a one source, one package contained system that's just plug and play and easy to set up and easy to use.
Yeah, and so the way that I ended up mounting mine, I prefer that. I like that it's all in one box, like you said. I
Hmm.
prefer having mine just mounted on the exterior of my vehicle. Number one, because I don't have a lot of space in the interior. But number two, I don't have to pull it out and set it up and do any of that stuff. I just open the cabinet, flip on some things, stick my water hose in, and the quick connects on, and I'm ready to go. I mean, I could probably have that set up in less than a minute and already be taking a shower. So I really like
Absolutely.
that.
And our case is it's weatherproof. It's weather sealed from dust and moisture and everything like that. So having it on the outside of your unit, whether you're mounting it on a gear trailer, you're putting it on a mount like you have on your swing arm, there's nothing wrong with that. It's powder coat finish. It's going to stand up to the elements.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
And it
again,
looks
like you
good.
said, thank you. And again, there's no assembly. You don't have to, it's not a matter of just dragging that case out and setting that up. That is a portable unit that stand on any kind of platform if you don't have it mounted. But with the others, you have to bring everything out and you have to assemble it, or you
Yeah.
have to fill it with water. And again, the performance of those units is not what we have with the Overland Shower.
So what do you think overall this product will bring to the market as a whole? Like, do you think that people are going to use it in different applications? Because I was thinking that, some people that build out their own vans for, the van lifers and people like that may be interested in this as well.
Yeah, we definitely had van lifers in mind when we built this. We've actually been approached by people who wanted to order theirs when we actually go live here in a couple of weeks. I wanted to order theirs. They wanted to use it for equestrian use. They wanted to
Oh,
mount it on their trailer. They wanted to be able to cool their horses down, wash down after a trail ride. Same thing that you're going to basically do, if you're out there overlanding or you're remote camping. Except that they wanted to be able to use it for their horses as well. And the idea that it is portable and set up the way it is, you don't actually have to use this with some type of outdoor adventure or outing in mind. I have people who say that they want theirs and they're going to use it out by their pool. They're going to use it to wash down the kids, going in and out of the pool. People are using it for a pet bath, at their home. So the idea that it being portable, you can use it just about anywhere that you have a need for water like that. If you can think of a scenario, just basically grab it by the handles, carry it out there, hook it up, and go.
that's awesome. Well, if
Yeah.
you don't mind, I'd like to show this video you sent us last week that gives a little walkthrough on how to set up everything and how everything operates. Are you good with that? And you can kind of side comment on and add on if you'd like.
Oh, sure. Here, go ahead.
All right, let's watch this here.
Are you ready to get out, get dirty, and get clean? I'm going to show you about the Overland Shower, how easy it is to set up, and how easy it is to use. It comes in an 18-gauge steel case, powder coated. This is to protect all the working components inside the unit. Then once you open it, you basically have here your tankless LP water heater. This is an on-demand water heater. It works right off of your LP system that you bring along with you for your cooking and every other application that you have out in the field. Inside this case also is your 12-volt water pump. This is an RV style water pump. This delivers your high pressure that you need to be able to shower in comfort, to be able to wash off gear, to be able to do all those things that you need to do. You actually just have a power cord right here. We'll hook up the LP to the LP bottle here in just a moment. We'll hook up the 12-volt power cord for the water pump to your 12-volt power system, and then we'll actually hook up the water. All of this is plug and play. We're going to hook up right here to water pump using the quick connect system, and then we'll hook the other end of it to our water supply system, which is 21 gallons of water and a rotocast tank here inside of our seal case that we sell as an accessory to go along with the water heater system. Okay, I've shown you the unit and I've shown you what's inside the case and everything like that. Now we're going to talk about how easy this thing is to actually set up. As I said, the EcoTemp is an LP water heater. It's a tankless water heater, it's on demand. So what we have to do is connect the LP hose to an LP supply. And make sure that your valve on your tank is open. Okay, once that's done, the next thing you need is to connect your 12-volt water pump to a 12-volt supply on your vehicle to power it up. Just plug into the pigtail off the water pump, and right here we have a convenient 12-volt power outlet to use right there. Now that you're fully connected in the system, that's it. As far as setup, that's as easy as it gets. Once you've done that, basically we've designed the system to where you extract the wand from the case and you hang it on the door of the case for use. This is where you would actually use it to shower. It's easy to get to, and it keeps any kind of water off of the system itself. Now that we've shown you how easy it is to actually set up, you have your LP hooked up, you have your water hooked up, and you have your 12-volt power source hooked up for your water pump. Now we're going to show you how easy it is to use. Once you make sure that the switch for the 12-volt water pump is in the on position, it's as simple as coming over here and just turning on this switch on the shower wand. It's a pressure controlled system, so once you allow water to start flowing through it, the 12-volt water pump kicks on and starts delivering your water through the system. It's that simple.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty awesome.
Well, I mean, thanks. Like I said, it is strictly a plug and play system. Once you set it up and open the case, you just make 3 connections and you're operative. That's it. Now, the
Yeah,
one thing I didn't explain in that video or show in there is that right underneath the bottom side of the water heater is a little toggle switch under there. If you turn that to the on position, as soon as the water starts to flow, the igniter ignites the heating element and you get instantaneous hot water. You turn that into the off position, as soon as the water, you start the water flow, the water pump starts working, and it's just pushing cold water through the system. So you have hot or cold water at your desired temperature. You can control the heat on the dial on the front of the water heater. You can turn it down to where it's a little cooler. You can go to max heat. You're using a little more LP, but you're maximizing the amount of water temperature increase that you get with your water. You can also adjust the flow right there as well. You can turn it down to, like I said, that ½ gallon per minute, or you can turn it up to where it's producing or pushing through as much as 2 gallons per minute. But you can deliver cold water as long as you want. Or you can, when you need it, you just flip the switch, and as soon as you turn it on, you have hot water. Takes about 3 seconds for the water to actually heat up in the system and come out of the shower head.
yeah. It took longer for me to find the switch initially than it did for it to heat up. I did look for that for a while. I was like, I know it's got to be there here somewhere, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it took me a minute.
So anyway, that's it really is. We tried to create something when we saw what the competition had out there. I mean, the competition was available to us. You know, it's available to anyone out there. But I really felt like there was something better that could be done, that we could actually produce something that that was easier to use and more reliable, and the performance was better. And I think we were able to accomplish that. All those components that we utilize in the Overland Shower are RV components. Those are not things that are fabricated or manufactured for lesser use. I mean, that water heater is actually used in major RV, full-size RVs, and the water pump is spec'd from water systems in RVs. So you get that kind of performance. But the way ours is set up is, as we were talking about earlier, you actually get the benefit of even better performance because there's shorter distances that the water's actually traveling.
Awesome.
So Gen Xers off-road, so simple and clean. How much does the system weigh? Good question.
All right, very good question. That the steel case itself that the system is housed in weighs about 18 pounds. With the water heater, with the water pump, and then the shower wand and the LP hose and all of those things, the unit weighs in right at 40 pounds. It has 2 handles on it, one on each side of the case, so that you can grab it with both hands to set it up, you know, hang it, move it, or whatever, or you can just simply carry it as suitcase style. And it has a lock on the front door. So once you put everything in there and pack it away, you just turn the lock and it's actually secured. Nothing's going to open. Nobody can mess with it or tamper with it.
Yeah, I like the lock on there.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice. So, where have you been in your lifetime or in recent years where you would use this? I know you like to do a lot of outdoor things. What do you like to do?
I'm very much an outdoor enthusiast. I enjoy hiking. I enjoy mountain climbing, rafting, kayaking, all of those things. I've even done a little mountain biking. Uh, the overland navigation of getting out and finding remote trail systems to actually uh, access and go out and utilize for camping. That's something I'm just now getting into, but I have been camping all of my life. My mom and dad had me on my first camping trip when I was 6 months old. I took my son when he was born. He was 3 months old. I carried him to Colorado in a blizzard
Oh,
up into the mountains. So I actually, at one time here in the state of Arkansas, published a recreational newspaper called the Arkansas Outdoor Enthusiast, which covered all sorts of outdoor recreation opportunities in the Ozark Mountain Range, and we were covered by 5 states and distributed through the Department of Parks and Tourism at all the tourist information centers and also through all the state parks. So the outdoors and outdoor activity has always just been a part of my life. And I have had and manufactured RVs before. I knew when I was stepping away from that, though, that I wanted to carry with me uh, refrigeration systems were already out there. I call it the 4 essentials. Refrigeration systems, a way to preserve your food.
hmm.
Rooftop tents and/or tents are a way to actually sleep comfortably up off the ground and safely. The other is how do you actually prepare your food? There are all sorts of cooking systems out there, camp stoves, high altitude camp stoves, scottles, whatever you want to use, campfires, everything like that. The one thing that I wanted personally on a trip was a good hot water shower and delivery system. And that I just couldn't find when I went looking for it. So I decided if I could design an RV and had familiarity with the components that went into an RV, why couldn't I put together a water system that was portable that you could carry out there with you? And so that's what we did.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we definitely used the heck out of it at the camping retreat. I tell you what, I'm so glad you were able to get that to us, like literally right before the retreat started,
Yeah.
because it was a godsend. It really was. It was so
Well,
awesome.
well, thank you. With the temperature changes, that you can raise the water temperature with the Overland Shower as much as 96 degrees. Whether I mean, that just expands your seasonal use of the unit as well.
Hmm.
You're able to enjoy that, have hot water throughout in our area throughout the winter months. You can even go out west into the Rocky Mountain West and things like that. And if you're not being held off by snow, you can go places and use this and get the same kind of hot water delivery out there as well. So any place that you want to go remote, any of the sites that you want to see and enjoy, or any of the activities, this thing should be able to go along with you.
So, what's the price point on this thing?
Uh, we originally started out when I first started designing the product and we were looking at manufacturing. Our price point was $695 on it. Of
Hmm.
course, with all of the issues of shortages, supply and demand, and everything like that, the steel in the case went up a little bit. The water heaters went up some. We are now at a price point of $795.
Okay.
However, if you're interested to support our Kickstarter campaign in a couple of weeks, we're going to open this up to the public through Kickstarter August 1st. We're offering as much as a 20% discount off of the unit and free
Mm.
shipping anywhere in the U.S. That $795 price point also includes shipping anywhere in the country. So we feel like it's a very fair price for what you're getting. A unit that's really going to last, as long as any other piece of equipment that you're carrying should last.
Absolutely. And do you guys offer a warranty or any kind of replacement of parts or anything like that?
Yes, all of the water pump carries a 2-year manufacturer warranty on it. The water
Hmm.
heater carries a 1-year manufacturer warranty on that. And in this application, all the manufacturers that supply us with those components have agreed, based on the way that we have designed the unit and the way that it's constructed, they have agreed to support those warranties, even in the application of being used as a component in the Overland Shower. Our steel case, we produce that here locally ourselves, and it's a lifetime warranty on the steel case. But the way that the unit's actually assembled, let's say 3, 4, 5 years from now, your water, you have an issue with a water heater or whatever, and it's beyond warranty. Being able to call us up, get another water heater, just simply remove that one. It's a matter of 2 bolts. Remove that water heater, put the new one right back in its place, and just continue to use it the way you had been.
Nice. And
Yeah.
you have a couple of different options
Mhm.
of the system itself. What can you walk us through? What two? I think you have 2 options, correct?
Yes, we are. We were approached by a couple of manufacturers who wanted to add the Overland Shower to their build outs. The way that unit that's sitting there behind Arla, the way that one is set up, that is a tabletop model. Yes, very good. Thank you. You can have a secondary job, I know.
She goes, Vanna.
But anyway, yes, that is a tabletop model. So that one can be set up on the tailgate of a vehicle. It can be set up on a picnic table. It can be set up anywhere. It just stands on its own. And because of that, the connections for the water and the LP come in through the sides. It can't come in through the bottom and be sitting on a flat surface. So that's the way that particular unit is set up. We also have a box that is designed for a fixed mount system on a trailer or on the outside of a vehicle, that where the access points for the LP and the water are underneath it. And this is where a unit's going to be mounted free of having to stand on a surface. So we have both, and the price point is the same on both units. It utilizes the same components. They're just configured a little differently inside the case, but it's set up basically to operate the exact same way. It's plug and play, or you can hard plumb the LP and water to it, whatever you decide to do.
Okay. And what is your target market? Who are you really trying to reach?
Well, I would say the core that I'm wanting to reach right away is the Overland audience, the Overland market. I think they're probably the campers that are out there with the greatest need for something like this. They go remote. They're well off the grid, the majority of them. They have limited access to water and ways of heating it while they're out there. So the Overland market is really the one that I'm targeting initially to introduce this product to. Beyond that, being able to offer it to anybody who's vehicle camping or has a trailer application that doesn't have a water system, this would be applicable to any of those as well. But like I said, I'm sold out to the Overland experience. I myself want to be out there. I want to see what's out there that you can't see from a hard surface road. I want to go places that the 95, 98% of the people in this country will never have the opportunity to see. But when I go out there, I do, just like I want to have cold drink in a refrigerator, I want to have a hot shower at the end of the night before I go to bed.
I agree. Nothing beats a nice shower.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
what have you had any kind of, since you started this whole product development and all of that, have you had any setbacks or any problems or anything that's kind of been frustrating? You mentioned the lack of being able to get some of the components that you need, because of supply chain issues.
Well, no, actually, we haven't had any issues with the supply chain ourselves. There have
Okay.
been price increases, but the suppliers that we're using carry enough inventory of the components that we use that we're able to get as much as we need whenever we need it. We haven't had any hurdles there that we couldn't cover. The only setback was original design. I made some changes in that. We also found that the box, as we originally designed it, was bigger than it needed to be, which meant it was taking up more space than it needed to, and it was heavier. The original
Mhm.
box, instead of being down around 20 pounds, the box itself almost weighed, I think it was really, we were almost twice that weight. We were at 40 pounds.
Ooh, yeah.
But it was a lot bigger than what it needed to be. So in our design process, once we were able to prototype and start analyzing the product, see how it worked, see how it functioned, see how much space it actually needed, we were able to make some changes and revise the unit. And that was about a 3-month setback actually in doing that. And we changed the gauge of the metals that we were using to build the case out of. We found that the way it was reinforced and the way that we were constructing the case, that we could actually go from 16 gauge steel all the way down to 20 gauge for the box, and we're still maintaining an 18 gauge steel for the door. That's just because it swings out there independently, and we did not want it to flex or shift in its shape in any way. So we maintained that, but just those redesign issues, and that's what we learned from prototyping and field testing. And we made the necessary changes to make the product the best it could be, make it the lightest and the smallest it could be, and we did that. And now we're ready to bring it to the public.
Awesome. So what do you think your production rate will be overall, kind of getting
Mhm.
these out the door and
Well, right now we're set up to where we can produce 1,000 units a year.
okay.
And so if you look at what the Overland Journal had shared with me early in this process as far as the market here in the United States, I'll just give you some basic statistics, not from the Overland Journal, but from another camping survey that was done in late 2019, said that there was 47.1 million people who camped in the United States in 2019. 47.1 million.
Wow.
Of that 47.1 million, 71% of those people did not camp in an RV or a cabin. They were camping out of tents and vehicles,
Yep.
very much like the Overland market. The Overland Journal, when I got in touch with them and I spoke to them about, the size of the participating market here in the U.S., they estimated it to be somewhere around 500,000 people who identified and or participated in overlanding. Of that, I'm going to say conservatively, we're probably looking at a very active market somewhere around 250,000 people. So to be able to produce 1,000 units a year, I mean, we're looking at a very small percentage of that market, but we have plenty of room to grow. We already have the plans to expand. If the product takes off and goes where I think it should, and people are enjoying it the way that I hope that they do, we'll be able to manufacture up to 2,500 units a year without a lot of difficulty. So we'll be able to hit 1% of that market annually. And with the way the unit's designed and constructed, we don't believe that this is you buy it one year and then you have to replace it the next. We want this unit to be a part of your equipment list when you go out for 5 years, that the lifetime of the unit be 5 years. And like I said, the case goes on for a lifetime. You can, much like a boat, you can remove the water heater like you would remove a boat motor and put it back on the boat, put a new one on the boat and keep going. Well, you can put a new water heater in that case and keep using it. So conservatively, if we hit 1% of the market every year and people are buying and buying and buying, we should have probably what we're wanting to do is be able to grab about 25% of the market in the next 8 years of the participating.
Nice.
Yeah.
So are you offering pre-order if people want to start ordering soon, or are you
Well,
guys
actually, at the
not
Moore
doing?
Expo, I collected a list of folks, and if you're listening, people, I promise I haven't forgotten you. I still have your list, and I'll be in touch with you. Basically, we're not accepting any pre-orders at this time. We
Okay.
actually, if people will follow the Adventure Trail Outfitter Instagram and Facebook pages, if they will stay tuned to that, they will see that the announcement that the Kickstarter will start on August 1st. We have a 30-day window for the Kickstarter campaign. At the end of that 30-day period, our website, which will be live, but the e-commerce side of our website where you can actually order and purchase a unit through our website, that will go live at the end of the 30-day period of the Kickstarter. However,
Okay.
if you want the best discounts and everything like that, go ahead, get signed up, watch for that Kickstarter campaign to launch, and get signed up on that. There are certain thresholds with the Kickstarter campaign that once those targets are hit, we may extend that based on how quickly those slots fill up. We may extend those offers and those discounts for another 30-day period. But if not, if people want to come to the website at the end of that 30-day period and order their unit, there will be discounts available for the next group of people who are first participants in first consumers, first buyers through the website as well. But we're offering merchandise as well. We have T-shirts and caps and window decals that we're going to be offering through Kickstarter and also on our website as well for those who may want to support us and support our efforts, but aren't really ready at this time to pull the trigger on buying a unit. There are other ways that they can support our efforts and help us get off to a great start.
That's awesome. So you mentioned the More Expo. What other expos do you plan to attend this year? Where can
We
people see
we
this?
are hoping. We were actually hoping to get to the Mountain West Expo. We definitely will be scheduled in the Fall Expo, the East. We will be at Rendezvous of the Ozarks for all those local folks.
Yes.
Come join us there. Those are the three that we have slated at this time. As once the Kickstarter gets started and we're actually into production and we're building units, there'll probably be other opportunities that we'll take advantage of and be out there as well. Like I said, just follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We'll let you know where we're going as soon as we get signed up for.
Okay.
Great.
And how many influencers do you currently have? How many people do you have using your product and showing off your product and all that?
Well, let's see. You would be one.
I'm one.
Tony and Arla would be another. Matt and Kara McClellan with Ozark Overland Adventures are another. Joey Slayton with the Professor, he is another. All of you guys are local people who have known about this project from the start. We're expanding out beyond that. We've got actually an influencer with Expedition Portal that's going to be reviewing the unit and speaking about it. We also have we have about 5 other people that have large followings on Instagram and also do podcasts and things like that, that very soon, as soon as the Kickstarter launches, they're going to be reviewing the product and giving feedback on it and letting their audiences know about the product as well.
Awesome.
And we'll be putting out a list of those folks and for people to watch and listen to so that they can get their opinion and their reviews on the product. I don't want anybody to just take my word for it. I want people who are out there field testing the unit to speak for the product itself.
Absolutely. There's no better way to advertise than to show it actually in use and talk to people that are actually using it. So
Yes. And pretty soon, I mean, that's what I'm hoping for too. Once this launches, is to actually get out there myself, do some travel, invite people where I go and in the field to actually try the unit, set it up, get their live commentary, and use that. We'll be posting that kind of information and those kind of reviews on our website for people to actually take a look at.
very cool. So we're coming to close to the end of the show. Is there anything else you'd like to mention to the audience or, mention about the product specifically before we end the show for tonight?
I think we've covered it pretty well. I guess if there's anything that I'd like to encourage people to do is stay tuned. Do watch the Facebook and the Instagram as we get more and more units out there, and we get more and more people trying it. Be open to listening to what they have to say. I know that this is an investment. It's a fairly significant investment. It costs a little more than some of the camp stoves and a lot less than a rooftop tent and even a winch, a winch or a bumper with swing out arms. It's really not that big of an investment, and it costs less than most of the 12-volt refrigeration freezer units. But I do believe that it's a very vital component in your experience if you're going out there for 2-3 days off the grid. I think everybody's got to have water out there, no matter how you're using it. This is just one way that it can be delivered. It is reliable, and the reviews will show that, and people's testimony will tell you that. It is versatile. I think it will stand up to lots of use. I think your investment will be well protected in the unit. So I just encourage people to just follow us, keep up with what's going on. And if this is something that you feel would enhance your experience out there in the outdoors, give it a try. If it makes you more comfortable, if it keeps the kids cleaner, if it keeps your dishes cleaner, and your gear cleaner, then I think it's well worth the investment.
Your wife
Absolutely.
happy?
Yeah.
Yes. We just on a humorous note, I actually want to create a video ad that has a couple who are out in the outback, and they're doing their day's activities, if they're hiking or if they're biking or whatever it is, or they're just going down the dusty trails, sitting around the campfire at the end of the night, the smoke's there and everything like that, and they get up to head back to the rooftop tent and crawl up, and she showers up, she gets up there, he's done talking with his buddies, and he gets up from the fire and he starts heading toward there, and he grabs that ladder to come up, and she goes, "Oh, no. You go down, you shower up."
Yeah.
And the guy showers up and gets out, and then all of a sudden he gets to, "Okay, now you're clear. Come on in." So there's just on a humorous note, I think that's a good message. I think it's something about how we can make your trip and your time out there a little more enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did to Arla on our trip. I didn't let her in the tent because we shared a tent. I didn't let her in there until she showered.
Showered before you did.
That's actually true. Well, thank you so much, Tom. I really, really enjoyed having you on tonight, and we're very excited about this product. We cannot wait to see everything launch and see where this goes.
Well, thank you. I really hope it does make a difference in a lot of people's time out there. Yeah.
I'm pointing the wrong way. There you go.
You're
Thank you
doing
for
good.
watching, everyone. Have a great night.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.